Hey guys, my name is Mohammad Abutaha. I'm the chef owner of Shawarmaji, and now I'm going to show you how to make some of our food. So I'm going to show you how to make our chicken shawarma, right? We're going to use obviously our chicken shawarma spices. You can find this online on our store or in the actual restaurants. And basically, I'm just going to show you our recipe, how we do it in the restaurant. Obviously the main difference is not gonna be cooked on a spit, right? But we wanna recreate that. So how are we gonna do that? So in our bowl, we're gonna start our marinade, right? So that's pepper paste, yogurt, olive oil, and that's how you know this is the good stuff from back home because it's in an old Pepsi bottle. Just a little bit, not too much of the olive oil, just give it some nice flavor. And then our chicken shawarma spices. All right, so we made our marinade. We're just gonna whisk everything together, make sure it's nice and incorporated. All right. So now we're just gonna add our chicken. So these are chicken thighs, okay? We're gonna add them into our marinade, get everything nice and marinated and let them know each other, right? Ideally, you'd want this to like sit overnight, but you know, obviously, you know, who thinks that far in advance, honestly? So maybe like, you know, at least like a half an hour before you wanna make your food, just so they can kind of get to know each other a little bit. All right, put the chicken in here. And then just kind of massage the marinade in with the chicken. So that everything is coated and everybody's friends. You know, wash your hands. Okay, so now it's time to cook our chicken, right? So now over here I have the pan. It needs to be nice and hot. Okay, you want a hot pan. If you put the chicken on and it doesn't start sizzling, it's not hot enough for you to take it off. Wait until it's hot enough where you put the chicken on and it starts sizzling. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna put a little bit of oil in the beginning, just to get things started. Good. All right. So we're gonna come in with our chicken and kind of go the flat side down, right? There we go, that sizzle. We put one more. Maybe one more will fit, so. Always, whenever you're cooking anything, obviously you don't want to overcrowd the pan, right? So I'm just gonna let that go. This is very important. Do not touch it. Let it go for a good 5 minutes. All right, you want to build that crust on it. All right, so just let it cook like that, skin side down or fat side down, and let it go for about 5 minutes. Until it will break away easily, or it forms like a nice crust. If you keep moving it, it will take longer for the crust to form. So just let it go and let it work its magic. I'm just gonna kind of turn it down from a high into like a medium high. You know, I don't want it too high. I don't want to burn the chicken, obviously. But yeah, you want to let it go and let it work its own magic. So yeah, we got a nice crust on there. I'm just gonna flip it. All right, so there's two ways you can do this, right? So once we got the nice crust, we can either finish it on the pan, turn it on low, and let it finish in the pan. Or what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it in the oven, and that way it cooks a little bit more evenly. I have it already heated up to 375. All right, so let's check on this chicken, see if it's ready to go. Oh yeah, that's good right there. Okay, so now we're gonna start making our shawarma sandwiches. So I'm just gonna put these on my cutting board just to kind of get them cooling down a little bit. So obviously what's the best thing about shawarma is the super thin cuts, right? Now the reason why I cook it like this is I saute or like sear each piece by itself instead of like cooking it and like, you know how some people will like stack it and then cook it in the oven. So when you do that, like you don't get a nice sear and crust on everything, right? You just get the outer layer and all what's left inside does not have any color on it. Doesn't mean it's not delicious, right? But this way you're like stepping it up a little bit more, right? So that way every single piece of meat that you're gonna eat is gonna have a nice sear on it. Cool. So now we want to cut it as thin as we can. So try not to burn our fingertips and just well. And I like to use chicken thighs just because they have a little bit more fat in them, so they're a little bit more moist when you cook them like this, and obviously delicious. But you can definitely use chicken breast if you want. Yeah, it's just you might end up with a little bit more like drier product. All right, so our chicken is already nice and cut, and we have our toppings. So we have our original tune, our chipotle tune, and our shalta. And we also have some cucumber pickles. These actually I just got from the restaurant. That's why they're in this deli container. But you can find these type of pickles at any Arab store. Just you get whole cucumber pickles, and you can slice them up. You can also substitute them with like a dill pickle if you want, or something a little bit more on the tart side. We don't want sweet pickles in our shawarma. We want sour pickles in our shawarma. Sour, salty pickles. All right. So, how are we gonna make our wrap? We're gonna get our pita bread. We're gonna open it up. All right. So you grab the edges of the pita and start ripping it open into two halves, right? So the reason why, and then we're gonna put them like this. The reason why we do this is because the inside of the pita, that's the part that has all the crevices. The outside is smooth, right? But the inside has all the nooks and crannies and the crevices, and that's where we want to put our sauces and the chicken juices are gonna soak into, and that's where where it's gonna merge with the bread more than this side. All right, I'm just gonna go with a classic, just straight up tune. So you're gonna get your garlic sauce, get your piece of bread, and just slap it on there, right? You can go a little bit more. Everybody can put as much to them as they want. All right, and then I'm gonna go with some pickles. There we go. I like a lot of pickles in my wrap. I'm a big fan of pickles. And then we'll go with some chicken. Oops. All right. So there we go. And we'll just wrap it up. And then just take a bite. Bismillah. Damn. You know, I've eaten so many sandwiches. So many shawarma sandwiches in my life. But every time I ate one, I'm still like, wow, this is so good, you know? Like, it really blows my mind how delicious something so simple can be. And I really hope you guys can try this. Make shawarmaji at your home. Use our spice mixes, use our tune, and just like we're in your house. Not in a creepy way though. Thanks guys.